Yeah, if it's raining, it's the perfect time to hear from our movie guy, Will Meyer. He's here to review the top movies in the box office. We're starting off with a movie I haven't heard about. It's called Split.
Split, yeah, this is a movie from M. Night Shyamalan, the guy who brought us The Sixth Sense, Signs Unbreakable. He's a horror film guy. He had a couple of duds lately, but he came back last year with The Visit, which was a pretty good movie. And, you know, I think he stays relatively on the right track here. This is a movie that stars James McAvoy and Anya Taylor-Joy. It's about a guy who kidnaps 3 teenage girls, and he has 24 distinct personalities. Yeah, and so the girls find that some of these personalities want to help them, but some of them want to harm them.
And he plays, I have heard of this, he plays like 9 out of the 20-something personalities.
Oh, he plays all of them.
Right?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's pretty remarkable. Well, yeah, he ends up not doing all of them. But yeah, it's pretty remarkable. It's calculated, it's in your face, but it's nevertheless impressive. And he's the best thing about the movie. I think that he just gives 110% to this movie, and you can't imagine after watching this anybody else doing it. It's a fun movie overall. I think that it's gripping. It was noticeable how silent the theater was. People really glued to their seats. Though you did hear some occasional laughter. This is funnier than you'd think it'd be. It's not that scary. It does have a sort of campy edge to it, which I liked a lot. I think it helped it. When you see a Shyamalan movie, though, you expect a twist every time, and you have a lot of fun trying to figure out what that's going to be. By the time the third act comes, though, it does start to fall apart, at least for me. I think that it just morphs into a movie that is just bland. It's uninteresting. We've seen it 1,000 times before. It was so frustrating. No, it's a mixed bag. It's frustrating because there was so much potential. He laid a lot of emotional and character groundwork. It's like he made a Thanksgiving feast and then said, "I'm just going to serve you guys salad." Like, it was just disappointing afterwards what he chose to do with it. So an okay movie, I think. Yeah, great performance, but I'd say 2 out of 4 stars.
Okay, and there was a was it a Robert De Niro movie that was kind of similar to this back in the day? There was a split personality movie before that that was did pretty
probably
well.
There's been so many of them.
And so
yeah.
I guess they're just trying to do it big time here. Well, the next one we're talking about is The Founder. Maybe it'll do a little better?
A little better, yeah. This is one that stars Michael Keaton as Ray Kroc, a milkshake salesman who turned two brothers' small-town eatery, McDonald's, into the biggest restaurant business in the world, or one of them. It's a film that is from the guy who brought us The Blind Side and Saving Mr. Banks. It's a movie that is conventional with a capital C. It's kind of devoid of personality, which is disappointing because this movie just cries out for some satire, to have some sort of humorous edge to it. Keaton tries his best, but the filmmaker is not necessarily on the same page. But the filmmakers deserve credit for just giving us a story that most of us didn't know about. I didn't know that it wasn't started by Ray Kroc. It was these two brothers who really didn't care about money. They cared about making a business that really had a great product that valued customer service. It's a movie, though, that you're going to be able to predict pretty much every beat in this movie, even if you aren't familiar with the story. But it does explore its themes of capitalism and American exceptionalism quite well. Like Split, a great central performance from Michael Keaton. He's able to hit a lot of different notes here. But I like the movie. I think it's okay, not great. I'd say 2.5 out of 4.
So you aren't lying. A little better.
A little better.
All right. So the summer of 1979 brings us to our next movie, 20th Century Women.
20th Century Women. This is a 2-time Golden Globe nominee. This is a film I hope will get some Oscar nominations on Tuesday. It stars Annette Bening as a single mother and boarding house landlord who enlists the help of two of her female tenants to raise her teenage son who's growing up in a world she doesn't understand. This is a film that is warm, it's witty. That's why this is put in theaters nationwide, even though it's an indie movie. These are characters you feel like you know and you want to spend time with them, even though they're complex, they're frustrating at times, but you love them. It's witty, a lot of comedy because of the cultural disconnect. This film has great characters, great performances. Annette Bening, it's some sort of crime that she does not have an Oscar, and I hope she gets some nominations on Tuesday. A movie that is messy, but it's part of its charm. I'd say easily 3.5 out of 4 stars. Really, really good.
I was waiting for a high rating because an indie film that made it to the box office kind of has Will Meyer written all over it, right?
That's true, yeah.
Well, the next one, a lot of people are looking forward to, Patriots Day. Some people asking, is this movie coming out too soon?
Yeah, you can debate the merits, I think, because this guy has made Lone Survivor, Deepwater Horizon, and this, all 3 based on recent tragic events, all starring Mark Wahlberg, all directed by the same guy. You debate the merits of turning that into popcorn entertainment, but I think his heart is in the right place. You know, this is a movie about the Boston Marathon bombing and the hunt to catch those responsible. Stars, has a great cast, including Mark Wahlberg, John Goodman, Kevin Bacon, just tons more. Yeah, it's a film, though, that I think people don't complain about him making these movies because he's brutally effective at this. This movie is a gripping nail-biter, keeps you in suspense for the entirety of it. It pulsates with intensity throughout. It's a film that does give you a good sense too of how everything went down. Though it does have problems with the characters, it's so good as a thriller that it kind of forgets to develop some of the characters. How do you know? You don't remember a single character's name after this movie is over. And so, but I do think the heart's in the right place. He's out to celebrate teamwork, love, and a resilient Boston community. So good as a thriller, not good in other areas, but I did still like it. I'd say 2.5 out of 4.
Okay, so we at least have one movie that was big time in the Will Meyer
Nothing's
world.
bad this week, yeah,
Okay,
which is good. So.
nothing's bad.
Yeah.
And don't forget, if you want more Will Meyer, which who doesn't, check out his Facebook page. He's got all kinds of reviews on there. This guy's been doing this for a long time, so you can scroll down and maybe see some past movies. Will, thanks for being here.
Thanks
as
for having
always.
me.